What's going on, y'all? It is Army, and today I am dyeing this hair because I'm sick of it being black. Something about black hair, I'm just over it. So we're gonna go ahead and dye it red. So I just wanted you guys to come through my journey with me to see exactly how I dye my hair. Today we'll be using this here. This is the L'Oréal HiColor HiLights. So I'll be using that, and today I'm doing the color Magenta. And I got 2 boxes because even though my hair is like stuck to my head right now, I do have a lot of hair. So I got 2 boxes. If you have more hair than me, get 2 boxes, maybe even 3. And if you have less hair than me, then you might be okay with 1. But to be safe, at least get 2 boxes. And then when you dye your hair with this, you need some developer. So I got the 30 volume developer. This brand is Superstar. I just got it from the beauty store. So my favorite place ever. And then I have my spray bottle here along with my brush and my bowl so I can mix the products. And one more thing, don't forget your gloves. Make sure you guys have gloves. So like when you go to the store, get all of that stuff because you're going to need it. I'm also going to take these earrings off because I don't want red dye to get on them. My glasses are okay. I've dyed my hair before with these glasses on. They will probably get red, but I can't see without them. So that's like I said, that's okay. We're going to go ahead and wipe them off later once I'm done dyeing my hair. Okay, so this is what the bottle looks like outside of the pack. It comes in this little tube. So first things first, I don't really measure stuff out. I just kind of put things together until it's mixed evenly. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me just open up this tube right quick. Okay. Oop, let me put my gloves on. I'm tripping. All right, so you're going to empty this, all of it now, in the bowl. And then this packaging, once you get all the product out, it's kind of hard to work with. So just make sure you get all of the product out of it. All right, right now I'm just going to use 1 pack of this stuff to kind of see how it does on my hair. And then I'll add the other box later. And then you're going to put your developer in. And then, like I said, I don't usually measure. I just kind of mix until it looks how I want it to. But you kind of want it to have like a certain, I guess the term would be like consistency. Like this is perfect. So it can be nice and smooth. That's basically what you're looking for, is like a smooth texture. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more. This stuff is strong, y'all. So I'm going to warn y'all in advance. The smell is very strong. All right. And then you're going to do that. Mix that all up. And this is perfect. This is exactly like, this is what I'm looking for, basically. It's like a smooth consistency. I might even add a little more, but you don't need much. Yeah, that should do it right there. And then I'll mix. Mix it all up. Just like that. Like I said, where it's like a smooth consistency. Just like that, a smooth texture. So you can like rub it on your hair. And then like I said, I'm going to go in with the other box later, but I'm going to see how far I can get with just this 1 box. Okay, so now that you have what you need made, now you want to go ahead and put some type of Vaseline or some type of ointment around your head, basically, to make sure that the dye doesn't like stick on your skin. So you can either, I'm going to be using Vaseline today, but another one that I brought in was Abilene. This is like a makeup remover. You can use something like this. like I said, just so it doesn't get onto your skin. And if it does, that's okay, but this minimizes it, so it doesn't really stick too much. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use Vaseline today. So we're gonna go ahead and put that all over my forehead and my neck and everything. So we're gonna go ahead and take these glasses off for right now. And we're just gonna okay, now that I put all the Vaseline around my head, if you guys see me squinting, like I said, I can't see without my glasses. So I just went ahead and put all the Vaseline around my head. So now, the reason I said to get a spray bottle is because we got to split your hair. We're going to split the hair up in 4 parts. So basically what I mean by that is we're going to take this and we're going to twist this, and then we're going to take this, we're going to twist this, and then I'll show you. Let me just show you. But the spray, like I said, my hair is very thick, so I need some water to kind of come through it and do it how I want to. If your hair is not as thick as mine, just like I said, just split it up into the 4 parts. Just separate your hair, basically. So like I said, I wet it a bit because it helps me to comb through and get it exactly how I want it to. So we're going to go ahead and split it up into the 4 parts. All right. And then you're going to take a hair bow. I suggest using some hair bows that you don't really care about. Don't use hair bows that you like because the red dye is going to get on it, or whatever color you dye your hair, and that's going to make you mad. So it's just best to use some bows that you don't mind tossing away. All right. And then once I do that, I just kind of put it in like a little knot like that. And then we move on to the next section. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just separate it. That's your main goal, just separate this hair out. Okay. Whew. And then you should look like this, okay? Hopefully better than this, but you should look like this. Okay, now, we don't want to start. I guess I'll start in the back. Make sure you have a towel. Once again, make sure the towel, either use like a dark colored towel or a towel that you're not too worried about, because like I said, the dye will get on it. But usually like anything that, anytime I dye my hair, the dye usually rinses out. It doesn't stick to nothing. So, but still, everything you use today, just use stuff that you don't mind throwing out, or if the dye gets on it or anything like that, basically, to sum it all up. Okay, we're gonna start in the back. And basically, you just want to take your dye and you just want to put it all over the hair. And then when you're done putting it all over your hair, you don't have to worry about wrapping it back up with the hair tie. You can just kind of leave it out, and then you'll move on to the next section. So like I keep saying, I'm going to start in the back, and then we're going to move to the front. And then once I'm done, we're going to let it sit for 30 minutes, and then we're going to rinse it out, and then we're going to be done. So to start it off, I hope that y'all can see what I'm doing. You're going to part your hair so you can get it. When it comes to the back of my head, I'm so bad. Sometimes I'll ask like my mom to help me to make sure that I have everything that I need covered, every hair piece that I need covered. So you're going to do that. And then you're going to take your dye. You're going to take like a little thin layer. So I'm going to show y'all like this. So when you do it, like that's too much. You don't want all that. You kind of just want a nice little like thin, that's really all you need. You don't need a whole gunk. Okay. So now you're going to take it. You're going to start from the scalp. And you're just going to put that there. Make sure you have your gloves on. If you're starting this, make sure you put your gloves on. Like I said, I hope that y'all can see what I'm doing. All right. And then usually what I'll do, I'll like rub it through with my fingers to make sure it gets everywhere, you know? And then I'll usually go ahead and split that apart. And then we're going to take some more and we're going to rub it on both sides. And we're going to get this side. Then we're going to get this side. All right. Then we're going to rub it through so we can get everything that we need to. All right. Then we're going to get a little more and put that on the ends of my hair. All right. And then that's pretty much all you're going to do. And you're going to do that all over the head. Now let's get to the top. I still have a little bit left from the first bottle, but I'm running out, so I'm gonna have to move to the next bottle in just a second. Okay, so we have now ran out, and that lasted longer than what I thought. So that's 2 parts and then some of this part. So now I'm just about to make some more, and then finish up the rest of my head. All right, I think I got it all pretty much. I hope. And then you just want to rub it through, just to make sure you get everything. Like I said, if you don't really have nobody at home to make sure you got all parts, just take your best guess. And like I said, just rub through to make sure the dye is all through your hair. But I think we're good here. We're all done. Make sure you get those ends. Okay, so now we're gonna cover our head with a plastic bag, and we're gonna let that sit for 30 minutes. All right, we're gonna let that sit for 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna rinse it out, and then I'll be back to show you guys the results. Okay, so I waited the 30 minutes. I have rinsed my hair out, and then time for the moment of truth. So I just want to show you guys how it came out. It looks like this. I definitely will be redying it within like the next 2 weeks, so it can be a little bit more bolder. But after that, this is how it came out, and I love it. I didn't want it too red. I wanted it kind of like a little burgundy kind of look to it, so it came out how I wanted it to. I forgot to turn my ring light on, so I'm just going to show you guys again what it looks like with the ring light on so you can see it. I'm a Bantu knot it up, put a little leave-in conditioner in it, put some oil, and go from there. I also have a reel on how I do my Bantu knots. I'll see if I can leave the link down below to that video so you can see exactly how I do my Bantu knots, but that's what I'm going to do. and then just let it air dry overnight and then take it out and then go from there. But yeah, this is how it looks. I'll be red for a little while at least until I get tired of it, and then I want to do something else. But this is it. Like I said, it's still a little dark. They have different colors. They have like red, auburn, magenta is what I have, and then they had some other colors up there like blonde and black and different stuff. So I like it. And I was gonna say something else. Whenever you dye your hair, make sure you always keep it moisturized and oiled up, because when you dye your hair, you got to be so careful. You know I didn't use any bleach, but like if you were to like bleach your hair first and then put the dye on it, just make sure you keep it moisturized so it don't break off and your hair be looking crazy. Even though I look crazy right now, but so your hair don't be looking crazy. So just make sure to keep it moisturized, keep it oiled, keep it up, keep your ends clipped, etc., etc., etc. All right, well, that's the end of that. I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.